So you've got one life to live, limited time on Earth, and instead of learning how to cook or pay taxes properly, you're here trying to figure out which open world game to waste your existence in. Excellent choice. While some people climb real mountains or travel the world, we climb pixelated towers, tame glitchy horses, and spend 87 hours collecting shiny junk in fictional wastelands. And guess what? That's valid. Today, I'm serving you 20 open-world games you absolutely positively must play before you drop your controller and ascend to the big side quest in the sky. Let's go. You ever just want to quit your job, grow a man bun, and fight off an entire Mongol invasion with nothing but honor and a sword so sharp it could slice your regrets in half? Ghost of Tsushima is basically that dream, but with better weather and way more birds. You play as Jin Sakai, a samurai so emotionally torn he makes Hamlet look chill. One minute you're slicing dudes in half with a standoff stare so intense it could make a grizzly bear apologize, and the next you're crying under a golden leaf tree because your uncle said you're grounded from honor. The island of Tsushima is stupidly gorgeous. Like every frame could be a desktop wallpaper, and even the grass has better hair than I do. You can pet foxes, write poetry, and then immediately throw a smoke bomb and stab 3 dudes in the kidneys. It's like being in a Kurosawa film, but instead of watching it, you are the film, and you're way cooler than the popcorn you dropped 5 minutes ago. Welcome to Cyberpunk 2077, where the future is neon, everyone's got more chrome than your aunt's kitchen, and Keanu Reeves lives in your head rent-free. You're V, a mercenary with enough attitude to scare off your own GPS just trying to survive in Night City, a place so chaotic it makes Walmart on Black Friday look like a yoga retreat. You'll meet shady fixers, over-caffeinated hackers, and a guy named Johnny Silverhand who will judge your life choices harder than your high school math teacher. You can customize everything, your clothes, your car, your cyber junk, and the combat. Oh, it's wild. 1 second you're hacking a guy's cyber brain like you're resetting a router, and the next you're shooting a smart pistol that literally curves bullets like it has a degree in geometry. After all the patches and updates, the game finally works like it was supposed to, and now it's like waking up to find out your microwave can also make pizza. Cyberpunk is pure chaos wrapped in neon. And yes, you'll get lost for hours doing gigs just to buy a cool jacket you'll never wear again. If you've ever wanted to quit real life and become a rum-chugging, sea shanty-singing, treasure-hunting menace with a suspiciously well-maintained beard, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag is your golden ticket. You play as Edward Kenway, a man who takes the assassin life about as seriously as a cat takes your personal space. Half the time you're sneaking through bushes, stabbing people with wrist knives, and the other half you're commanding a pirate ship with more firepower than your internet provider's tech support line. The naval combat is so fun it'll make you shout, "Fire the broadsides!" at completely inappropriate moments in real life. The Caribbean map is massive, gorgeous, and stuffed with enough side content to make you forget what the main story even is. And yes, you'll definitely stop mid-mission just to harpoon a whale like you're auditioning for a very aggressive National Geographic special. If you don't scream, "Yo ho ho," at least once during your playthrough, did you even pirate, bro? Remember being a kid and jumping on furniture pretending the floor was lava and you were Spider-Man saving the day? Marvel's Spider-Man is that childhood fantasy, but now the floor is traffic, the buildings are 60 stories tall, and the lava is actually your overwhelming sense of responsibility. You're Peter Parker, science nerd by day, butt-kicking web-slinger by night, and somehow still broke. Swinging through New York feels so good you'll forget the fast travel system exists. I mean, why would you ride the subway when you can do mid-air flips off skyscrapers like a caffeinated acrobat? The combat is so slick it makes martial arts movies jealous. Web up a guy, yank his buddy into a wall, then hit someone else with a literal manhole cover just because you can. And the story? Surprisingly emotional. You'll go from punching Electro in the face to ugly crying because Aunt May said something wholesome. It's fast, fun, full of heart, and somehow still better at being Spider-Man than 3 of the movies. Yeah, I said it.
If they spot me, my son's dead.
I'll draw them out. Then you sneak in.
My hero.
Come on. Please.
Enough of this crap! Everyone hit him at once!
May I have this dance?
About time.
You've gotten soft in your old age.
Old age? Hey, I might be older, but I'm not old.
You first, Spider.
No!
Alright, imagine if FedEx was directed by Hideo Kojima, sponsored by Monster Energy, and emotionally backed by a crying fetus in a jar. That's Death Stranding. You play as Sam Porter Bridges, yes, that's his real name, who delivers packages across post-apocalyptic America while trying not to fall down a hill and cry. The game is like Hiking Simulator meets Existential Crisis, where you stack 500 pounds of boxes on your back like you're training for the Olympics of logistics. And while you're trekking across mountains and rivers in the world's most dramatic UPS cosplay, ghost monsters made of tar show up to ruin your day and your pants. But here's the thing, it weirdly works. It's bizarre, deep, sometimes painfully slow, but also beautiful, meaningful, and full of emotional gut punches. Kojima basically said, what if we make a game about connection? And then made sure you tripped on 47 rocks in the process. It's a walking simulator, yes, but also a crying, climbing, monster-dodging, motorcycle-jumping simulator, and by the end, you'll be shocked you actually loved every awkward, messy, oddly peaceful second of it.
Very. Yes.
Horizon Zero Dawn is what happens when Mother Nature gets so tired of humans that she hits reboot and gives the planet to robot dinosaurs. You play as Aloy, a ginger with a bow, and enough sass to take down mechanical T-Rexes like she's on a prehistoric Tinder swipe spree. The game throws you into a post-apocalyptic world where humanity's back to wearing fur capes while fighting skyscraper-sized robots shaped like giraffes. And don't worry, you're not underdressed. Aloy can craft arrows out of literal garbage and still take out a steel-plated murder machine in one shot. There's hacking, climbing, looting, hunting, and more sci-fi mystery than your weird uncle's Reddit history. Also, side note, nobody ever explains how everyone has perfect eyebrows after the collapse of civilization. Maybe the robots do threading now. Either way, this game is peak what if National Geographic met the Terminator and then went on a camping trip. If Mad Max were any more metal, it would come with its own guitar solo and a free tetanus shot. You're Max, a grumpy dude with no chill, endless trauma, and a thirst for vengeance that could dry out the ocean. Good thing there isn't one in this game. Set in a world where water is a luxury, gas is currency, and fashion is 50% leather, 50% shoulder spikes, this game lets you build your own murder car and drive through a wasteland so dusty it makes your lungs wheeze through the screen. You'll punch dudes wearing hubcaps as armor, upgrade your car with flamethrowers because why not, and engage in high-speed chases that are 70% explosions and 30% screaming. The story is surprisingly emotional, the world is bleak but gorgeous in a my skin is sunburnt just from looking at this kind of way, and your car, the magnum opus, is basically your angry metal child. It's chaos, gasoline, and fury on 4 wheels. Days Gone is a game where you ride a motorcycle through Oregon, except it's the apocalypse, everyone's dead, your best friend has a man bun, and the local wildlife includes 3,000 zombies trying to chew your kneecaps off. You're Deacon St. John, a biker with a tragic past and the emotional depth of someone who just watched The Notebook 12 times back to back. You'll stealth around freaker-infested zones, fight off actual bear zombies, yes, bear zombies, and maintain your bike like it's your firstborn child. Run out of gas? That's your fault. Hit a tree going full speed? Also your fault. Try to take on a horde with 3 bullets and a rusty pipe? That's definitely your fault, and the game will make sure you suffer. The plot is packed with melodrama, biker bromance, and Deacon yelling Sarah, so much that you'll start hearing it in your sleep. It's moody, buggy, and beautiful, and by the end, you'll be emotionally attached to a motorcycle more than any actual human in your life.
Hey, Booze Man! Time to go! We got one shot at this, brother! Damn it, Rooster. Go. Get your old lady. Who's up?
Ever wanted to harass orcs so much that they start developing a personal vendetta against you and show up mid-boss fight just to roast your haircut? Welcome to Middle-earth, Shadow of War. You play as Talion, the world's most vengeful corpse, fused with a ghost elf who sounds like he gives TED Talks about murder. Together, you're basically a 2-for-1 combo of rage and sparkly blue vengeance. The game throws you into Mordor and says, go nuts. You build armies, take over fortresses, and abuse the Nemesis system so hard it probably cries at night. Orcs remember you. They remember your fighting style, your outfit, the time you set them on fire and made fun of their poetry. You can dominate minds, ride dragons, and explode heads with the power of angry thoughts. It's like Game of Thrones if every character had bad dental hygiene and unresolved trauma. And yes, you will get betrayed by a one-eyed orc named Grubgash the Sneaky. Every single time.
He will serve us well.
I'm gonna let the Witch King boys have all the fun.
Elden Ring is basically what happens when someone gives Dark Souls a horse and a therapist, but not enough of either. You are the Tarnished, a warrior with no memory, no pants, and no clue what's going on, but you've got heart. And a sword the size of a minivan. The world of the lands between is beautiful in that, why is everything trying to kill me kind of way. There's dragons that fall from the sky mid-fight, lobsters the size of trucks, and bosses so aggressive they'll slap you back to the main menu. But it's open world, baby. You can run away from every fight you don't like, or bravely stand your ground and get absolutely folded like a lawn chair. The lore is written by George R.R. Martin, which means it makes zero sense and everyone's name is like Ranagal the Roddy Rotten Rotter. but it's addictive, punishing, and hilarious, especially when you roll into battle naked just to prove a point and still get one shot by a sentient tree with daddy issues. Sleeping dogs is what happens when someone looked at Grand Theft Auto, added Kung Fu, cranked the slow-mo up to 11 and said, let's set this thing in Hong Kong and give the main character abs carved from justice. You play as Wei Shun, an undercover cop so deep in the triads, even he isn't sure if he's busting the gang or applying for full membership benefits. The game lets you run around kicking bad guys into fish tanks, ride motorcycles like a caffeine-fueled Jackie Chan, and perform parkour like rents due tomorrow, and the floor is lava. And the combat? Oh, it's a roundhouse-kicking, bone-snapping ballet of chaos. Every punch feels like it's sponsored by gravity and regret. You'll eat dim sum between shootouts and attend weddings that somehow turn into gunfights. It's dramatic, hilarious, violent, and by the end, Wei has probably kicked more people than he's talked to. Absolute gem. This is the one where Batman finally says, you know what? I'm tired of gliding. Give me a car that destroys 90% of Gotham's infrastructure per mile. Arkham Knight lets you be the Dark Knight in his most high-tech, emotionally exhausted form. He's got gadgets, he's got guilt, and he's got a tank disguised as a car that handles like a steroidal Roomba. You'll punch goons with perfect rhythm, glide through the city like a dramatic paper plane, and interrogate people so hard they probably apologize for stuff you didn't ask about. Plus, Joker is back, inside your head, offering top-tier ghost trolling with every step you take. The city is gorgeous, moody, and probably owes Batman several trillion in property damages. It's gritty, it's broody, and it's got more smoke effects than a middle school magic show. If you've ever wanted to whisper "I'm Batman" into a mirror and mean it, this is your game. GTA 5 is basically the most chaotic sitcom you've ever played, starring three psychos with commitment issues and questionable hobbies. You've got Michael, the suburban dad who shoots people as therapy, Franklin, the only one with actual potential, and Trevor, who's basically what would happen if Florida was a person. The game throws you into Los Santos, a city filled with sun, sin, and more side activities than your ADHD can handle. Tennis? Sure. Yoga? Why not? Robbing a bank while flying a dirt bike off a mountain into a plane. Tuesday. The satire is sharp, the mayhem is constant, and the AI pedestrians have the survival instincts of overcooked spaghetti. Whether you're mowing down traffic while listening to 80s hits or trying to land a jet on a moving train for reasons unknown, GTA 5 is the ultimate chaos simulator, and we love it for that. Starfield, aka Skyrim in space with more loading screens than stars. You're a space explorer who joins a group called Constellation, which is basically NASA if everyone had way more drama and slightly better haircuts. The game throws you into a universe so big, you'll get lost just trying to find your own spaceship. You can mine space rocks, romance space nerds, build space outposts, and sometimes even remember what the main story is. There are over 1,000 planets, 999 of which contain more rocks than plot, and the character faces still look like they're halfway through buffering. But if you've ever wanted to float around the void of space while hoarding sandwiches and getting yelled at by pirates, this game delivers in style. It's like The Expanse if you paused every 5 minutes to organize your inventory and forgot what you were doing. No Man's Sky is the ultimate glow-up story. It started as a cosmic disaster and turned into one of the best open-world space games out there. Like if your disappointing high school boyfriend went to therapy, got abs, and now builds you planets. You're a tiny astronaut in a giant procedurally generated universe where everything wants to kill you. Plants, weather, robots, even the floor. You can name your own alien creatures, just don't show them to NASA, fly between galaxies like a caffeinated delivery driver, and build your own base so complicated it might qualify for intergalactic zoning laws. The vibe is part exploration, part survival, and part, why did I just mine rocks for 5 hours straight? But somehow it's beautiful. It's meditative. It's like space Minecraft, but with more existential dread. If you've ever wanted to get lost in a galaxy and forget what day it is, this is your jam. In Far Cry 6, you're dropped into the politically unstable paradise of Yara, a tropical island where every citizen owns an AK-47 and every dictator owns at least one tragic backstory and a fancy accent. You play as Dani Rojas, a reluctant revolutionary who goes from, I just want to escape this island, to, I guess I'll ride a crocodile into battle now. And yes, you can recruit a pet gator named Guapo who wears a gold tooth and absolutely devours enemies like it's Taco Tuesday. You've also got a backpack that shoots missiles because subtlety is for cowards. The world is colorful, chaotic, and packed with things that explode just by looking at them. There's stealth, loud guns, weirdo side characters, and chickens angrier than your Wi-Fi when it rains. Basically, if you ever wanted to overthrow a dictatorship while dual-wielding chaos and charisma, this is the game. Viva la revolucion, and bring extra ammo.
Coño anda ahí.
Adiós.
This game lets you wake up after a 100-year nap, shirtless and confused, just to immediately run into a rock that kills you. Breath of the Wild is both the most relaxing and the most how did I just die to bees experience ever made. You play as Link, a silent dude with a man bun and the ability to climb anything except when it rains and he turns into a soggy Dorito. The world is massive, open, and absolutely refuses to hold your hand. You can cook, fly, ride horses, and fight sentient furniture with a soup ladle. There's a plot, sure, but 9 out of 10 players get distracted by shiny rocks, Korok poop, or trying to yeet themselves off a cliff with a bomb. It's pure, chaotic freedom in the most adorable apocalypse ever. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll accidentally set a forest on fire trying to grill a mushroom.
Watch your blind spot.
Your Snake, a gruff legend with a mullet, a robot arm, and a voice so raspy it could sand wood. Phantom Pain is 80% tactical espionage, 20% horse poop distractions, and 100% what is even happening right now. You'll sneak through enemy bases using cardboard boxes like they're Gucci, Fulton balloons every living thing into the stratosphere, goats included, and build an army out of people you knock out and forcibly adopt. The story is classic Kojima, meaning it's 20 minutes of silent sneaking followed by a 12-hour cutscene where a guy in flames rides a whale through your PTSD. You can call in airstrikes, jam to 80s music, and extract enemy soldiers so aggressively they probably still have nightmares about it. It's weird, wild, and stealthy chaos wrapped in tactical cheese. 1010 would kidnap a tank again. Red Dead 2 is less a game and more a cowboy simulator sent from the heavens to remind you how beautiful horse poop physics can be. You play as Arthur Morgan, a man with a heart of gold, a beard of steel, and lungs full of tuberculosis. You'll ride across prairies, shoot outlaws, fish for no reason, and grow emotionally attached to your horse faster than to most humans in your life. The game has a level of detail so intense your character gets cold if his jacket is ugly. You can rob trains, play poker, take baths, and argue with old men about loyalty while staring wistfully into the sunset. Every mission is dripping with drama and dust. And the ending? It'll hit you harder than a stagecoach full of feelings. It's long, it's slow, it's painfully gorgeous. And somehow, you'll miss every second of it after it's over. If you haven't played The Witcher 3, what are you even doing with your life? This is the game where you're Geralt of Rivia, a silver-haired monster slayer with the emotional range of a brick and the sex appeal of a medieval shampoo commercial. You hunt beasts, slay contracts, collect herbs like you're prepping for medieval Whole Foods, and somehow end up in more political drama than a Netflix documentary. The world is huge, depressing, and so full of side quests that the main quest will forget it exists. There's swordplay, sorcery, and conversations that could result in deep romance or instant bar fights depending on how tired Geralt sounds. And don't even get me started on Gwent, a card game so addictive it probably ruined a few real-life relationships. It's dark, funny, rich in lore, and somehow makes every peasant side character more interesting than your real-life coworkers. Absolutely essential gaming.
You'll regret that. You will die here now. You die tonight. No. You will die here now.
And there you have it, 20 open world games you need to play before you respawn as a houseplant in your next life. If you enjoyed this journey through chaos, explosions, emotional trauma, and side quests you never finished, hit that like button like it owes you XP. Subscribe for more unhinged takes on gaming, and drop a comment below telling me which game ruined your social life the fastest. See you in the next video.